Is that okay? All right. Happy Earth Day. Today we are celebrating Earth Day 2021. We are celebrating the recently completed solar power and energy storage system here at University Christian Church, home of the San Diego Climate Hub and home to a new community resilience hub, as well as local climate activism. My name is Tara Hammond, founder of Hammond Climate Solutions, and I proudly manage the San Diego Climate Hub. We're excited to have you here today. I will be the MC. Appreciate you coming out. And to kick us off, we have some very special guests. These are preschool students here who have a performance for us. Are you okay?
All right. Miss Kai, the pen. I have pen, Miss Kai.
Watch.
Drop the highlighter. I did. Thank you. Alex.
Thank you, students, for that wonderful song. We appreciate you celebrating with us today. These students are a reminder of what we are all fighting for and remain an inspiration for us to our commitment to fight for a brighter future. Today is Earth Day. It was founded on April 22nd, 1970 in Wisconsin. Today marks the 51st celebration of Earth Day, and it is now the largest non-religious celebration that happens annually. Over 1 billion people celebrate worldwide. This is a friendly reminder to silence phones. So the Climate Hub is hosted here at University Christian Church, and it is a collaboration, an actual center in non-COVID times, and hopefully in the very future, for joint collaboration where we work together. And right now, virtually, we're working together daily to help stop the climate crisis and advance climate justice. And in the 15 years I've celebrated Earth Day in San Diego, I'm excited to see that we've continued to gain momentum. We now have 100% legally binding climate action plans. We have 2 community choice energy programs, and we continue to advance climate justice and make strides towards stopping the climate crisis together. So thank you for being here. I am excited to announce the solar system with you, and today we're also celebrating climate action victories, but we know we have a long ways to go. But it's important to celebrate these little wins. So I will now hand it off to Dr. Reverend Caleb Lines. I messed that one up.
Thank you so much, Tara, and let me say a personal word of thanks to Tara for her role in making sure that this happened. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to University Christian Church on this beautiful Earth Day. I'm so excited to be here as we activate this wonderful solar-powered system. This is something that our church began to talk about 15 years ago. And through the generosity of the Left Coast Fund in the form of a moonshot grant and the generous donor and the diligent work of Hammond Climate Solutions, Baker Electric, our legal counsel, and Bandac Project Management, we've been able to turn this dream of solar power into a reality. You know, we have 5 core values here at University Christian Church, and one of those is that we are an environmentally conscious congregation that cares for God's creation and strives to be good stewards of it. We have tried to live that out in small ways, like switching to LED lights with timers and reducing food waste, to big ways, like preparing to build an environmentally conscious campus and affordable housing, and by working for systemic change. Today is Earth Day, but every day ought to be Earth Day, shouldn't it? If every day is Earth Day, we can really live out our beliefs that God's creation is good. We have a moral obligation to ensure the preservation and sustainability of this earth. Moreover, we know that climate change disproportionately affects those who are already marginalized, and that environmental racism is very real. As our country continues to fail to fully recognize the inherent worth and dignity of every single person, especially those with black and brown skin, we know that we must take every possible step to confront climate change and the ways that this earth can be exploited to oppress others. And that even small steps, like a church embracing solar energy, can help us to create a more just world and to truly make a difference. We're also so proud to be home to the San Diego Climate Hub. These organizations, some of which you will hear from today, make it their life's work to ensure that our Earth makes it past our lifetime. Some do this by teaching people the value of our natural world. Some by cleaning up our coast and ocean. Some by working for short and long-term systemic change. The Climate Hub organizations, the collective effort of the San Diego Green New Deal Alliance, and politicians who care are making a difference. Thank you so much for being with us today and helping us to live out our value of creating a more just and sustainable campus and a better world. Amen.
Thank you, Caleb. We appreciate your support, University Christian Church's support, and it's a pleasure to work with you to advance climate justice and stop the climate crisis. I would now like to introduce our next speaker, District 3 Council Member Stephen Whitburn. He ran on a progressive climate platform, and we are happy to have him here with us today. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Tara. Thank you, Reverend, for those inspiring words. Thanks to the children for your wonderful performance this morning. You obviously practiced for that and it showed. Great job. And thanks to everybody who is here today helping San Diego make such strong progress on climate action. It is really exciting to be here today, celebrating Earth Day, celebrating this new solar power system at University Christian Church, home of the San Diego Climate Hub, and celebrating our greater climate movement here in San Diego, which provides such great benefits to our community. This site, as was mentioned, is one of the first resilience hubs in the community, and it can offer the community backup power in an emergency situation, and that is so important. In 2015, San Diego became the largest city in the country to commit to 100% clean energy, and that is something that we continue to be proud of today. More recently, the city has continued its trend of decreasing greenhouse gas emissions each year, reaching a 25% decrease in 2019 relative to emission totals in 2010. We are building community partnerships, integrating equitable solutions in citywide policies, and supporting a 20% increase in jobs that support climate action. I will continue to work to ensure that the city fully funds and implements its climate action plan to reduce greenhouse gases. I also sit on the San Diego Air Pollution Control District Board, which regulates stationary emissions. The transition from fossil fuels to clean energy is absolutely essential to ensure that we meet our local and statewide climate action goals. Since before coming into office, I have been committed to bringing forward various plans to help reduce the impacts of our climate emergency. Rooftop solar is part of that solution. Rooftop solar also helps San Diego Community Power, our community choice energy program, which launched last month and which will start serving commercial ratepayers on June 1st. It'll be exciting to see all the different programs that San Diego Community Power will offer to help San Diegans have access to solar and energy storage. I am committed to making our urban environment even more attractive for our children and grandchildren like those that we saw today, and I will work closely with our local environmental organizations to help to achieve that goal. Many thanks again to all of our local climate advocates here today and across San Diego who are helping us track these important climate issues and who continue to make such progress. I'm looking forward to working together on more climate action in the year ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilmember Whitburn. We appreciate you being here today and look forward to working with you on more climate action to have San Diego lead the country in bold climate action. So speaking of bold climate action, our next speaker is Malika Marsden. She's the co-director of policy at Climate Action Campaign and our fearless leader of the San Diego Green New Deal Alliance. I have the pleasure of being on the steering committee with her and watching the progress of the Alliance unfold. So thank you, Malika.
Thank you, Tara. Good morning and happy Earth Day, everyone. As Tara mentioned, I am chair of the San Diego Green New Deal Alliance. The San Diego Green New Deal Alliance is a coalition of 54 organizations dedicated to achieving a zero carbon region in a way that creates good union jobs and more equitable communities. Most recently, this last month actually, world-renowned climate scientists released a report stating that over the next 10 years, California's big climate challenges, hotter summers, a shorter rain season, and more destructive wildfires will grow in intensity by nearly 50%. The report also tells us that we must go bigger and bolder than our most ambitious climate goals to date. We must achieve zero carbon by 2030 instead of 2045, and we must cut emissions by 80% instead of 40% by 2030, so in about 8 years. Pursuing timid climate solutions will cost California trillions of dollars in destructive impacts to our economy, public health, equity, and way of life, with working class communities of color being hurt first and worst. But the report also states that these aggressive targets, while tough, are achievable, and doing so will build healthier and more equitable communities. Our alliance is dedicated to shaping this transition and taking what we see here today, local renewable energy and local unionized jobs, and rapidly scaling this to every home and every corner of our economy. To do so won't be easy. It'll require huge investments into green infrastructure, deliberate and collaborative efforts to ensure a just transition for workers, elected officials that champion bold solutions over the pressure of corporations, and enough people power to overcome that of the fossil fuel companies. But we also see the more just and prosperous San Diego on the other side, and we are galvanized by this vision. On behalf of the San Diego Green New Deal Alliance, I invite anyone listening today to join our movement. You can find us at greennewdealsd.org or follow us on social media. Thank you.
Thank you, Malika. Our next speaker is Lyndon from Baker Electric Home Energy, which was the company that installed this 43 kilowatt solar power system here on top of the church. The system also includes 4 SolarEdge inverters, one which was donated by SolarEdge, and an LG Energy Solution energy storage system, which was donated by the company, and that is the key element that makes this a resilience hub. So the battery will help avoid high costs of energy, but also provide that important backup if we see power outages. And now I will introduce Lyndon, an electrician with the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 569. And these are one of the great green jobs that we talk about supporting. So thank you, Lyndon, for being here.
Good morning. Thank you, Tara. Good morning. My name is Lyndon Philly. I'm an electrician at Baker Electric Home Energy. I've been in the industry for about 15 years, helping families, businesses, and organizations declare energy independence, save money, and reduce carbon emissions. San Diego is a national leader in solar power. I'm very grateful that the Climate Hub and SD Green New Deal Alliance are advocating for local rooftop solar projects and local union jobs. I'm proud to be an IBEW Local 569 electrician, earning a family sustainable wage in an industry that I'm very proud to be in. The IBEW, and on behalf of Baker Electric Home Energy, trying to change climate change, and very happy to be here. So thank you very much. Trying to save the world one rooftop at a time. Thank you.
Thank you, Lyndon. So while we know we are in a climate crisis and we desperately need to get off fossil fuels, you guys also might realize we live in San Diego, where we have SDG&E as our utility company, and its parent company, Sempra Energy, is pushing for us to be on fossil fuels a lot of times. And so rooftop solar, while it makes so much sense economically, health-wise, environmentally, is often under attack. And right now, solar is under attack both at the California Public Utilities Commission as well as at the state with legislation. And so Lyndon, we are fighting hard for your job, and we are dedicated to keeping rooftop solar around and also to expand access to make solar more accessible to renters, to low-income families, people in communities of concern. And we are dedicated, it's part of the Green New Deal Alliance vision, is to support that local rooftop solar with union jobs. And so we will continue to work effortlessly on that. I now am going to introduce our next speaker, Joyce Lane. She is the Vice President of San Diego 350. She is also on the San Diego Green New Deal Alliance Steering Committee. She's a great advocate, and I have a pleasure to have been working with her for many years in this space. So thank you, Joyce, for being here.
Thank you, Tara. It's a pleasure to be here this morning. San Diego 350 is an inclusive volunteer organization devoted to inspiring a movement to prevent the worst impacts of climate change and climate injustice. We strive to create a future that supports a livable planet and a just society through education and advocacy and getting people to take action. Today, we are here to celebrate Earth Day, but the Earth is important every single day. So we hope you will think about getting involved to take action. There are many opportunities. We have teams, including our Youth for Climate group that helps young people to become climate advocates. Their big effort right now is to stop fossil fuel drilling in California. We're also working to have setbacks so that people in schools and homes don't have to be right next to oil drilling. There are also many ways to affect public policy, to push cities for stronger climate action plans, for energy agreements that hold accountability, and more and better transit, and changing state laws to promote clean energy, and to get us away from fossil fuels with a just transition and a focus on equity. We now have a building electrification coalition to push for electrification in new building construction. That is critical as our electricity gets cleaner, and a must if we are to reduce our greenhouse gas emissions. The state is saying that we can't hit our 100% clean energy goal unless we triple the amount of rooftop solar. A clean energy that prioritizes small-scale renewable energy systems in our own backyard leads us to a green economy for all. and ensures a more safe and reliable energy future. So we should be talking about how to make solar more accessible to all Californians right now and not trying to kill the rooftop industry, which is what is happening. Thank you.
Thank you, Joyce. We appreciate the great work you do, as well as the entire San Diego 350 team. And thanks to Masada Dissenhouse, the executive director, who's here today as well. Our last speaker is my colleague, Karina Gonzalez, our climate justice policy advisor, and we are happy to have her come to the stand now.
Good morning and happy Earth Day. My name is Karina Gonzalez and I am the Climate Justice Policy Advisor at Hammond Climate Solutions. We focus on climate project management, policy, and advocacy, and we're happy to help University Christian Church, home of the Climate Hub, with their renewable energy project that reduces their carbon footprint and serves as a resilience hub for the community. We want to thank our client, Left Coast Fund, for helping make this project possible by providing a Solar Moonshot Program grant, which is intended to help nonprofits afford the switch to clean energy. If other nonprofits are interested, please visit solarmoonshot.org. Each and every solar panel installed locally is making the air we breathe cleaner, reducing the amount of fossil fuels we rely on, strengthening our energy system, and providing local jobs to stimulate the economy. Rooftop solar reduces the need for long transmission lines and big distribution infrastructure from the desert, which, as we saw last summer, are known to cause wildfires. Not only do ratepayers pay for the cost to build this expensive infrastructure, but we also pay for the costs for wildfire mitigation, since the investor-owned utilities shift these costs to ratepayers. In the summer, when the demand for electricity rises due to increased air conditioning demand, adding solar energy to the grid reduces the need to power up expensive and dirty peaker plants, which again reduces the cost of electricity to all ratepayers. In addition to the billions of dollars of economic benefit California sees from rooftop solar, it's also incredibly important because it plays such a pivotal role in reducing CO2 emissions, decreasing our reliance on fossil fuels, increases resiliency when pairing with storage, helping to reduce power safety shutoffs, and ultimately reducing the environmental racism that comes with the continued use of dirty energy. The more clean energy we have, the less we need to extract and use dirty energy to meet our needs. And in areas that are polluted by oil and gas drilling like Kern County, this is a big deal. We are all fighting to keep the clean energy industry growing in California, even as the utilities attempt to kill net energy metering, the policy which has allowed solar to become increasingly accessible to low and moderate income families, schools, and places of worship like we're seeing today. Please join our fight at savecasolar.com. Thank you.
Thank you, Karina. We appreciate everyone joining us today. We would like to encourage you to stay involved. If you have an interest, anything related to climate justice, I guarantee we have a committee or a working group that we could use your help with. And if you have an idea we're not currently working on, we would like to work with you to help advance climate justice and stop the climate crisis. The Climate Hub organizations, which include Bike San Diego, San Diego 350, Climate Action Campaign, Coast Keeper San Diego, and Surfriders San Diego, invite you to our next Climate Hub event, which will be May 20th. It will be virtual, and we will have an RSVP link available shortly at sdclimatehub.org. And the event topic is going to be water, specifically stormwater and managed retreat. And if you have interest, again, anything related to JEDI, Justice, Equity, Diversity, Inclusion, the energy franchise agreements, community choice energy, transportation, housing, climate action plans, we invite you to get involved. And thank you again for being here. Until every day is Earth Day, we're going to keep on fighting. We need to work together to have a just, livable future. Thank you. And we do, the speakers will be available for interviews, and Karina can also do interviews in Spanish. So thank you all. Happy Earth Day.